Pam Gagan with your morning meditation. And the series that we're working on right now is Ascension. And the Ascension is going through all of the different levels and dimensions of the energetic presence around us. So I'm just going to just do a brief recap of what I believe all these, not what all the dimensions are, but what they, how they are created to help us understand where we're at. And before I even start, I send out great prayers and hold the first family in my heart and all of those who have been associated with this amazing occurrence that was revealed to us last night, and seeing that this too shall pass. As I think some of our great teachers said, that as we live in the shadow of death, that we will fear no evil, and that we will not stay there. We will just keep moving forward, knowing all is good and very good. So, in this moment, I'm just going to talk briefly as we go into the spiritual dimensions, and then we're going to connect, and I'm going to end with affirmations. And again, spiritual dimensions of reality really start out somewhat congruent with those of physics, and then they quickly go in different directions. And the two most common dimensions that we are aware of is this third dimension on Earth that we're familiar with, because our waking state of consciousness and our dream state of consciousness go between this, the third dimension, which is the waking state, and the fourth dimension, which is kind of like the waking dream state. And so most of us in this third dimensional reality, what we remember is our dreams, and those dreams are usually in the fourth dimension. And I always say, at least in my case, I'm working a lot of stuff out in that fourth dimension in my dreams, and so I always write my dreams down and see what's happening. I write them all down and then try and sometimes I even wake up in the middle of the night and write them down because I don't understand them all, but I know it's because my consciousness is working on something. So dimensions are oftentimes typically defined as separate realms, but they're really not. And so people have different opinions, the sages throughout the ages, what a dimension was. First of all, they're energetic vibrations that move at that energetic vibration at a different rate. So the third dimension reality is at a much slower rate. The fourth dimension goes a little that high, that vibration raises a little bit, moving faster and more connected with the unification of the oneness. And then as we go higher and higher, we become more unified. So no matter what you've heard about all of the dimensions, some say there's thousands, some say there's only 11, some say 7, but whatever that last dimension is, we are in this spiral of life. And one of those things that you'll find throughout every single living thing, when you put it even under a microscope, everything, including us, has that spiral, that fingerprint of God within us. The spiral is always different. My fingerprints will not match anybody else's on this planet, even if I had a twin or quadruplets. Every snowflake, as they say, has a different fingerprint. So every living thing has that spiral fingerprint that is uniquely that fingerprint of who we are on this planet. So in those vibration of the different frequencies of energy, and our dream reality, for example, exists parallel to our waking reality, and we're present in each simultaneously. And so there's not like clear, fast boundaries, like that door shuts and another one opens. No, we're not. And if you don't think that things are accelerating, in less than a year, we've discovered a global pandemic. We have had Black Lives Matters escalate. We have had hurricanes, floods, fires globally, really, in this last year, not just in California and in the United States, and also weather patterns changing radically. And now the first family and our leaders are now being affected by that which proves we are all connected in good ways and bad ways. But in this in this spiritual dimension, we are immortal, we are eternal, and whatever we have come to learn and be to become closer to the thing itself is what we're working through right now. And I say we have chosen this to be here and right now. So, what we're doing in these meditations is not only focusing on the dimensions and the experience of the different dimensions, but learning all about how our energetic presence is so powerful and how even the breath we breathe is breathing us, and that air that has been on this planet since the beginning of time, we are breathing, as I say, the same air as the Christ, there's Buddha, Krishna, the Neanderthals, whatever you want to call it, the dinosaurs, and the water we're drinking is all the same water. It continues in that cycle of life. I always kid and say we're drinking the dinosaur's pee today, the purified version of it, because the water cycle, our air cycle, it has not changed. The same amount is on this planet, and it just goes and it becomes purified. And we are also purifying machines for the air. And so, as we take care of ourselves, we take care of the planet in greater ways. So, I'm going to now just go into that relaxation exercise. I know this is a lot of information, by the way. And if I could clarify it any better, I'll work on clarifying it just so that you know that. Uh, that we are immersed in this together, and that we are awakening in this together, and this exponentially sped up time is we're living through together. And I say it's those higher vibrations that are now crashing in to our lower vibrations that are shaking up this heaven quake, creating this heaven quake, so that we do awaken to something greater. And what's so interesting is in that cycle, as we say, like the first dimension is the lowest. No, it is the lowest and it is the highest, because in that first dimension is the thing itself. It is the one vibratory, energetic presence, which I call God, which is love. And it is breaking through to cleanse all of the other dimensions. And if we wake up to that powerful vibrational force within us, around us, then we'll be in the flow. We won't be swimming upstream. We'll be accepting God is, I am, life is. So what I know right here is, as let's just relax in. We see that light coming down from the heaven world, as I say, even though it's in and through and all around us, and opening our crown chakra, and then going down to the third eye, opening that beautiful tunnel of light, the third eye going down there, opening our pineal gland, surrounding our crown and our head, relaxing in, going down the neck, coming around the front, relaxing the throat chakra that works so hard to form the words in our of what we are feeling and sensing in that highest sense. Then that energy goes back down the neck, relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders, going down around the back, relaxing the vertebrae, coming down the shoulders, relaxing the upper arms, relaxing the elbows, relaxing the lower arms, relaxing the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And sometimes, if you're really in tune and relaxed in, you'll feel that energy flowing right out those fingers. I call those your energy wands. And in healing, in many modalities of healing, including Reiki and massage, that energy flows from you and into that person or yourself, concentrating its energies in the areas you want to concentrate on and reveal their wholeness. So it is not something um, that we gloss over. We are powerful. Our thoughts are powerful. Our words are powerful. So as we change our thinking, we change our life, we change our words, we change our energetic presence, and we create that world that is truly cleansing itself right now and revealing its wholeness in and through each and every one of us and all. So in those power wands I call your fingers, now you can feel that energy wrapping around the chest, opening up that beautiful heart chakra where the lotus resides within. I always say that beautiful emerald green with the beautiful lotus within. And there lies a deity, an angel, a picture, something that even just the stem of the lotus is there, welcoming you and opening that heart into greater experiences, and then going down into the solar plexus, right below the heart, and wrapping around vertebrae by vertebrae down the back, relaxing in, coming and wrapping around the sacral chakra, relaxing in, relaxing the hips, just relaxing in into the root chakra between the legs, and the hips and the thighs, or however you're sitting, just relax in, going down the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Now that beautiful energetic presence, and you may feel like it's vibrating in and through and as you, going down into that middle earth, all the way down, 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 anchoring us. Because in these dimensional information meditations, it is important for us to know that we came into this physical third dimension to experience this at a greater level and to embrace and transcend that density, because the third dimensional is a very dense dimension. And so we are here to learn about our emotional well-being, to open our hearts, see life in its concrete form, but also in that anchoring, which is in that concrete third dimension. We are now also absolutely vibrating in all of the dimensions. And when we focus on the third dimension, we're learning what we need to know from that third dimension, and then moving it on up that vibrational pattern in and through and all around us, back to source. And so the first dimension is the highest in source and also the lowest in source. And as we go back down through the second and third dimensions as well. And so now that energy comes right back up the feet, up through the feet, the ankles, the calves, the knees, the thighs, all the way up through the sacral, all the way up through the solar, up, 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 out, right out the crown chakra again, connecting us with source, which I call God, which is synonymous with love to me. Now we're going to breathe in and connect all of this energetic beingness in this relaxation. We're going to breathe in and say, God is, and on the out breath, I am. Two more silently. And everything I say after the I am reveals, manifests. It is connecting with source. And I always say, when I state an affirmative in that affirmative way, I am that I am asking to be have the I am source love revealed in and through and as me. And so, in this moment, before I even begin about the dimensions, I am just pouring, as I receive that love being poured in and through and as me, I pour it on to all those needing a prayer today, all those who have been affected and afflicted by or feeling afflicted by the shutdown of our world, this global pandemic. And especially right now, our first family and all those associated that have been connected to them in that third dimensional physical body. We see them revealing their health, their wisdom, receiving what they need for their ahas as this heaven quake has awakened us all to how close we are and yet so far apart. So a virus that started across the world has engulfed the world, awakening us together. And how else could it happen unless our mother and we were all on the same page, revealing our greatness in and through it all. So just breathe in where you're at. And I'll just be talking a little bit about this energetic presence in all its higher dimensions, described by many as being light, transparent, flexible, and with higher frequencies, and how this spiral circle of eternal, immortal, energetic life have the similarity and characteristics from the first to the last or highest dimension in this loop. And if you think of dimension as density, as the third dimension is very dense and heavy, that energetic presence, instead of dimension, density emphasizes the specific frequency of an object that's generating or displaying that energetic presence at this point in time. And in these overlapping range of densities and characteristics, some sages throughout the ages say that Jesus was a seventh energetic density being during his historical time on this third dimensional earth realm. I had a dream years ago. Gosh, I had to have been in my 20s. And Jesus came to me. I went to bed and I've always said, reveal to me that which I need to have revealed. And in my dream state, he came to me and he said, I asked how he healed people. And he said that the rate at which he vibrated was so high that just being in his presence raised their vibration. And that was the healing experience for all of them, having their vibration awakened and raised. And all of these dimensions came from third dimensional mathematics. They don't all relate, those mathematics, to the spiritual dimensions we're exploring and discovering. Because of their gradual transition. And again, it matches much of Einstein's and Stephen Hawking's string theory, that we are all connected in this web of life. And within each dimension, there are many layers, many dimensions. So generalizing them are not easy. And so our soul that has been here from the beginning of time has its presence in all the dimensions, whatever you may think they are, whether it's thousands or just seven. But in the last and the first dimension, all that is, which I call Source, you may call it Atman, Brahma, the I Am presence, the quantum field, God, Buddha, Krishna, is beyond, at this point, our understanding. That's why when I affirm and I pray, I always ask or affirm for that which I am wanting, whether it's emotional, physical, mental, world, whatever it is, this or something greater beyond my understanding. And also, in all these dimensions, that's which I have learned to be concrete in my life may take different forms, ones I'm not even aware of. And so, with many of us, right here and right now, we are in the third and fourth dimensions. The third is the density of the body. And so, a lot of our energy is focused on that third dimension. And the fourth dimension is that opening of that pineal gland that is connected to the intuitive side, connected to the heart and the mind working together, love and law. And with proper intentions, that's why it's so important to not only have your thoughts, but to speak your word with impeccability, to imprint and shift our awareness into something greater, into that higher vibration that allows us to see and understand objects, not only in our third world dimensional experience, but differently than before. I always say an example is looking at something and seeing its energetic presence. Some people see the aura around everything once they are in that, floating into that, or creating or experiencing and awakening to that fourth dimension. They see the energetic presence in the auras around people. They see life vibrating, the trees, the leaves, the ocean, all of the third dimensional things take on a new light, a new higher vibration. And one of the most amazing art exercises I ever had or ever learned was in a class. It was a spiritual art class. And the assignment was to look at a tree that was in front of us and not to draw the tree, but the sky around the tree. And just that reverse process revealed the tree and a new way of seeing in that revelation, that tree unfold in its beauty. I invite you to try that sometime. So I'm just going to go over the first dimension with clarity. The first dimension, which have many similar characteristics of the highest dimensions, resonate with water and the mineral kingdom and the human DNA genetic code. It is said to be associated with the root chakra, that earth element that grounds us. And it's focused on basic human needs and security. And the earliest modern humans that we know of based on our anthropological understandings, lasting until about 5,000 years before Christ, were first dimensional chakra dominant beings. Their culture focused primarily on survival, safety, and community. Some people say it takes many lifetimes to pass through the first two dimensions to reach this third dimension before that soul evolves into the physical human being that we are and we know. Others, however, because this is not an exact science, say souls shift back and forth into dimensions at will, and there is no hierarchy. With all of the dimensions being that school of learning and of equal value and purpose to all that is, which is Source, God. And yet one of the hardest elements on this planet, crystals, are just an example. That is a great example of being in that first dimension. It is a first dimension object, a rock, and yet they hold such high energy, fourth, fifth, and probably higher dimensional intelligence and energy, which many sensitive human beings are able to tap into. So next week I'll be talking about the second and third dimensions as I close with affirmations right here and right now. So I am a physical body, a physical soul experiencing not only the third, fourth, fifth dimensions, but also my soul is experiencing and connected directly to something larger. And that energetic system that vibrates within me, as I open my eyes, I see it around all people, and it extends that vibratory, beautiful light. Sometimes you see colors around them, people. Sometimes 2 to 6 inches from the physical body. And that's my energetic body. The emotional body and the etheric body, it's all vibrating in that outward dimension, if within and through and as me. And it holds expressions of my soul, of my personality, including my thoughts, desires, likes and dislikes, beliefs, and especially my inner child. I am using my dreams like a portal between my third and fourth dimensions, and I am experiencing waking third dimensional reality as I see that my consciousness is raising, my energy is raising, and I am in it, in this flow. And the more I am a planet within a planet, a cell within a cell within a cell, within universes, within a universe within universes. And in this water body that mirrors our Mother Earth, I know that as I accept my energetic presence, directing it, the more our planet reflects that higher, lighter dimensional vibration. I am knowing that anything I'm accepting or immersed in right now is not holding me back. It is an awakening, showing me what I value in my life: freedom, fresh air, nature, companionship, community, and love. All of the heart chakra values. That is why I came into this earth. People have said, the sages throughout the ages have said, if we are in this third dimensional human body, beingness is what we are experiencing. We are here to deepen and remember that we came from source, which is love. For this is the emotional planet. And so what I already am witnessing is those fourth and fifth dimensional thinking and technology systems rapidly are developing and becoming common, including the revealing of new healing modalities, new sources of free electricity, and especially my oneness and respect for all human diversity, our natural environments, international cooperation that ends wars, conflicts, and poverty. And I listen deeply, and I listen as I awaken on a wider range, to a wider range, that are gradually revealing themselves in and through me as this pandemic, as I use this pandemic, not it use me, but I use it to awaken to a new opening and focusing on developing a higher consciousness that supports myself, my health and well-being and happiness, and the planet Earth, our mother. And I am so grateful as I see all that I have just stated, put it into that law that just says yes, as the love and the passion behind the words and the energetic presence that are now raising my vibration right here and right now. And I am witnessing all of that I have just declared and affirmed becoming a living reality. And as we come back into our bodies, you will have your own affirmations, your own experiences. One of the ways you can see the energetic presence around people, I've learned in the beginning, is just to focus. Focus just above the crown on people or on the trees. Just focus. Try not to blink, and you'll see that energy being revealed right in and through and as you and all. You'll see people with their energy absolutely going high, low, different colors. And you'll see Mother Nature revealing all of the colors of the rainbow and beyond. When you focus with clarity, love with passion, unconditionally, and embrace everything, not erase, embrace and move onward and upward. So here's to us moving onward and upward. I'll see you Sunday morning with our wonderful Sunday morning service. It's not Sunday morning, it's at 12 noon on Facebook Live, plus Center for Spiritual Living Facebook Live. Love each and every one of you. God is the power and the presence in all of it. And it's all good. And it's all good in God's neighborhood. And that's where I choose to reside, in that hood, as I say. So peace out. Namaste. See you Sunday morning. Mwah! God is I am.